Hello, and welcome to another episode of Brenda's Musings. So today I want to talk to you about curveballs. And this week's been a doozy for me. I threw myself a curveball. Don't ask me how. I have no idea to this moment. God threw me a curveball, and business threw me a curveball, which was to deal with the unpredictability of people. So let's start with the first one, because that one still blows my mind. I think what happened was I just let my guard down. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't fully invested. I wasn't listening to my gut. I wasn't listening to my head, my heart. I wasn't there. And so something happened, and I was taken by surprise, and I didn't know how to respond, and I didn't know how to act. And the lesson in that for me is, not to take any moment for granted. The lesson for me there is to pay attention to what the heck it is that I'm doing. My lesson to me there is to be present, take part in my own life. Don't just, let things go by unattended or The second curveball was a curveball from God, the universe, whatever you decide to call this almighty power, if you believe in that at all. I do. And a long time ago I stopped asking why. I do understand for me, it's always about a growth opportunity. It's always about some lesson that needs to be learned. I don't understand why so often it has to be cruel, but I do understand that there's a lesson there. And the lesson for me is to be more of myself. The lesson to me is to be more joyful. The lesson to me is to not take one moment of this life for granted. And, to help people in those same ways. And, this chapter hasn't been fully written yet. I don't know how things are going to turn out. But I'm hopeful, I'm prayerful, I'm filled with gratitude and love and joy and a little bit of worry. But, that's the second curveball. The third curveball deals with the predictability or unpredictability, depending on how you look at it, of people. And how I guess it goes back to expectations. And I know whatever it is with people, it always comes back to expectations for me. And I know you've heard this multiple times already in less than 100 of these musings, but it's true. It's true. I'm always surprised. I'm not always surprised, but I'm often surprised by how people respond when their back is put up against a wall. I'm surprised sometimes by their integrity or their lack of integrity. I'm surprised by their graciousness or their meanness or I'm just always surprised. Like, it doesn't matter if it's in a good way or a bad way. I'm just often surprised. And when it's in a good way, I'm pleasantly surprised, and I'm so happy and thankful and filled with gratitude. And when it's in a not so great way, I'm just surprised, and I just sort of watch as an observer and sort of see where things are going to go. And sometimes they turn around. One of the instances that I'm thinking of, is turning around, and I love it when people surprise me. I prefer when they surprise me in a good way, But when they surprise me, it makes me stop and think again about, this life that we kind of take for granted. And yeah. Anyway, those are my musings. And I hope that, when you're next given a curveball, you have a chance to think about it and respond to it in a way that doesn't have you reeling. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye.